Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Musical People and Journeys rock show. What is this episode all about? Well, let me quickly explain. Every month we do a what we call a kind of festival rock show where me and my friends, we basically review around about 12 rock albums per month, and we rate them out of 5. And you know, just for fun and just for you guys to see what the latest and the greatest in the rock album world is. However, so it's an hour-long show. So what these shows are, what this one-off show is, to take a single album review for you to listen to, which will be about maybe 10 minutes, and for you to kind of, so if you just want to hear, you know, the latest Ghost album rather than listen to the whole show, then you can have a sample of what we're all about, and hopefully, if you enjoy, you can come back and watch the whole show from start to beginning with all the albums kind of reviewed as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe our show, and to spread the message about what we do. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this single album review and the actual show itself. Thank you very much. Because next on stage, we have Sinner! Are we all going to be sinners? Or are we all going to be, like the title of their album, Brotherhood? Are we going to be in the Brotherhood here with this album? Who are Sinner? Well, they're a German rock band formed in 1982 by Matt Sinner. Do you like that? A more imaginative guy. Let's call my band Sinner, which is probably not a bad thing, really. Anyway, this bizarrely, Brotherhood, is their 20th studio album. 20th studio album. Simon, you've been in the rock world for all of your adult life, so 40 years. No, you're not that old. You just acted. Brotherhood, Sinner. Had you heard of them? Is this a band that you come across before? And what did you think?
I think I've come across one or two of their tracks before. I didn't realise just how many albums they had, though. I really enjoyed this album, especially considering the way it started with Taz Taylor in '91. It was a nice breath of fresh air to actually have something a bit more rock, a little bit heavier in comparison. Particularly The Man They Couldn't Hang. Absolutely loved that track. That's made it onto my liked songs list. Gravity, I think, nearly did. I very much enjoyed this album. Like I said, it was a bit on the heavier side, which is something I will always prefer. So, yeah, really good album. Sorry, I'm not as good with my technical terms, so I can't wax lyrical about them. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this album. Very enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, Nate, this has got to be surely, Nate, this has got to be a little bit more not up your street, or was it?
Well, I wrote, why the fuck do you do this to me every time I'm on the podcast? We talked about, I know I haven't been on in a few, but last time I was there, we talked about power metal and how it retreads. It's often goblin-y and all that kind of stuff. This was less goblin-y, really less goblin-y. So in that regard, I liked it more than I liked the other power metal that we've listened to. But that being said, it's sort of, I suppose the analogy be, would you like, you know, a ton of bricks dropped on you or a ton of like concrete? Doesn't really matter. It's still going to fucking suck. And that's kind of how I felt about this. It wasn't about goblins, but it still fucking sucked.
But I mean, you say power metal. I'm going to go to our power metal aficionado. Will, in your book, was this power metal or heavy metal?
Heavy.
Yeah.
I love how it's always hammer home on the goblins. I love it. Old goblin rock, troll fiddles. All
sorry. Is this heavy metal? This is heavy metal, not I loved it then.
It's kind of heavy-ish.
It was not power metal, not in my opinion. No.
You're asking the man who thought a guitar thing was called the Woe 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 Machine, so I don't know anything about music. I just listen to it, man.
What did you think? What did you think of Brotherhood and Sinner, mate?
Shockingly, in a similar boat to Simon, I really enjoyed it. I liked how Bulletproof just goes straight into it with the speedy guitar, heavy drums, all that sound. I wasn't the biggest fan of the guy's voice. I don't really think it had that good of a sound, but again, like Simon, the Man They Couldn't Hang is that was such a good song. It was probably the heaviest one. And did one of the things that my guilty pleasure music is where they have, I don't know if you remember, where they have like the drums and the guitar like and it goes like silent with some orchestral noises in between. And again, it's so atmospheric, and I love it. And I just brutally murdered that whole sound with my awful replicating it. But
well, according to Nate, I think you probably improved it. So
nothing can improve the goblin sound.
They started an album with a loading of a gunshot sound.
Yeah.
These are adults. We're assuming.
Right.
I know, right?
Damn right.
And they're my kind of adults, really. Ian, Sinner, Brotherhood. Are you part of the Brotherhood?
I am part of the Brotherhood. The first track is called Bulletproof, so I kind of get why they're getting the gunshot load, but it is definitely a bit of 19th Street where grime or whatever feel to it. Sinner, never heard of them, and I've been around in Brock, or not around in Brock, but I've been alive a little bit longer than Simon, and I haven't heard them either. So, but I'm really glad I've heard of them now. I think this is the perfect album that gives that definition of really heavy rock into metal, into rock metal, into heavy metal, because you've got songs. I'm gonna quote it as well because it's so good. Men They Couldn't Hang. Any rock band that has a song entitled "We Came to Rock" that doesn't suck as a song as well has to be great. And I really love that as well. And they've got that almost screamo voice there, that heavy metal screamo edge to it. It didn't make me want to switch off. I thought it actually added different dynamics, different level to the album because it wasn't screamo all the way through. And I like the way they use it. And then you get right to the other end where you've got the melodic and sort of the heavy rock side of The Last Generation, which for me was my favourite track on the album. And again, this one was best listened to at 11 in the car. And I've found a lot of bands that I give 5s to because I'm listening to at 11 in the car. When you just have them on normal sound at home, rock just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. So my ratings always come from 11 in the car. So, this wasn't my favourite album, but I definitely appreciated what was there and enjoyed it, and it's made my albums I love to listen to playlist.
Yeah. Do you know, for no particular reason, a particular sound or particular right through an album will resonate with you, will hit your sweet spot, and it hit mine as well. I absolutely adore this album. I think it's absolutely terrific. I have also not heard of Sinner, but then that's no surprise, being having come back into the rock world after being in the wilderness for so many years. This was terrific, fast-paced, very. I wrote down kind of that Metallica kind of vibe. Certainly not as heavy as Metallica, but certainly with those sort of guitar riffs and that vibe, and power metal. But it was heavy metal rock. I was terrific. I really enjoyed this. I had this probably on repeat quite a lot of times. Definitely on my downloads. Loved it. Terrific. Absolutely terrific album. Really enjoyed it. And you know what? I couldn't really decide what songs to pull out and put onto my playlist. Many will do, I think. So yeah, loved it. Terrific album. Absolutely terrific. Cracking. Really glad that they've come across my path. And yeah, look forward to album number 21. And maybe putting Nate in a room with headphones on and go, power metal. So
I think Nathan has some words for you.
I think you're right. Well, first of all, Metallica thing. Whoa, how dare you?
just in their riffs. Do you know what I mean? Some of the guitar riffs and the musicality headed
No,
towards
because
that
you see,
direction.
Metallica has diversity. They're not just going for
There's
6
some
years.
diversity in it, definitely.
Okay.
I think my personal opinion. There we go.
I
It
think
sounds like someone castrated Avenged Sevenfold.
Well, yeah.
Someone could do that though. That would be pretty great. We could get rid of it.
Castrate away. We in that way we definitely need more castrations in the world. So on any lead singers. No, I thought it was good. Yeah, it was really good.
I also appreciate Will's vocal rendition of the bass and the drums with the symphonics behind. Props to you for that, Will. That was really good. I know exactly what you're meaning. I'm going to see Nightwish in November, so we'll just get
Oh, I'm sorry.
an overload of that. No, I'm not. No, they're brilliant. They're
I'm
brilliant.
still reeling from Avenged Sevenfold. Jesus.
Yeah.
Finally, someone's doing
That's
it.
a tag. That's a
Get rid of
tag
them.
for this episode.
So let's get our ratings then. Simon.
I'm actually going to throw. I'm going to throw this one a 4.
Will.
3.5.
Ian.
I got 4.
Nathan.
Yeah, all right, 2.5. Because
No goblins.
but yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I really loved it. I got a 4.5 from me. It's not a perfect number, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So there we go. Wow, this could be big. 7.5, 11.5, 11.5, 12, 14, 19.5. Oh, top 20. Not quite Hall of Fame, but that's a big score. That's a big score from us. So well done, Sinner. Not quite, as you say, not quite the Hall of Fame, but you'll certainly be in our top 20, which is bloody good. So well done, everybody. Okay, congratulations. Right. Well, there's a cavalcade coming live. There's a cavalcade on its way, and the big news: security is so suddenly heightened to at this festival.
You are
It's got mad.
such a dum-dum.
I know, right? So, who could possibly be on the stage next, everybody? Well, let's find out.